The first part is the analysis. So this is where it figures out what's out of balance in the moment. So every day, you know, we're all under stress. You know, for example, I went to the gym and it came up fitness and muscle frequencies. It will actually register what's out of balance because I went to the gym. This is the first scan, the aura scan. So literally in a couple of seconds, it brings up a visual representation of my chakras, the energy flow of the 7 body chakras, and plus a report on what that means emotionally, spiritually, some affirmations in there as well. So it's a great coaching tool. That was my chakras in that moment out of 10. And then through that, you go through to the next scan, and I just call it an emotional scan. One of my best mates, when we first used the Healy down at Balmoral Beach, he read the scan, which was one of these, and it said that his mum's love came at blackmail. And 2 days prior, he'd had a conversation with his mum, who he'd been fighting with for 12 months. And exactly in his life, his reality was his mum was blackmailing him. It was horrible. And it showed up on his scan. And there's actually a video of this in our group, and he's just like, what the F? Like, what is going on? It's so accurate. It's incredible. And then from that scan, it does a gentle healing of those areas, which is all about the information field, and we'll get into that soon. The other scan is the resonance scan, and this is where it scans bark flower remedies, amino acids, materia medica, Australian bush flowers, elixir, gem elixirs, the I Ching, Shijandra salts, as well as 16 different programs. So there's 120 different programs, and right now I'm scanning for all of them. I'm going, what does Zac need in this moment? So I add this into my morning routine and evening routine. It's a great way just to check in every day. So up here, it came up, this was yesterday's scan, it came up sleep was number 1. That was the most out of balance, so to speak. For my little brother who has a bit of acne, it came up skin and recommended an acne frequency program. So it's incredible. You know, my friend I sat with over an hour, we had a smoothie, and her eyes came up as one of the programs, and we were sitting there and she was saying that her vision was becoming less foggy. I was like, what the heck? This is just amazing. So with that, bed rest came up as the number 1. So once you know what frequency to run, and there's manuals and training and stuff like that with the Healy, you then go over to the other app where it actually delivers the frequency to the body. So you open the other app. You guys can download these apps now if you want, Healy App and Healy Analysis. And it actually delivers the specific frequencies back to the body to get it back into bioenergetic balance. So there's a full app. There's 16 categories. And as I said, 120 different programs. And so gold program, this is one of my favorites. Even on the $800 machine is so many incredible frequencies you could do every single day. The back ones, the anxiety ones, either you stick it onto your ears, the electrodes, or you stick it onto sticky pads to your back or your knee or your hip or whatever's sore to put the frequencies into your body. And then you clip it onto your body. Like I've clipped it onto my shirt. You can go about your day. You can use it indoors, outdoors, before bed, before exercise. Yeah, just don't do it driving. That's not a good idea. But right now, you know, immune system, there's bacteria programs, there's all the meridians, all the chakras, and yeah, also through the wristbands. So I've got them on now. And there's also protection for electrosensitivity, 3 and 4G protection. There's no 5G protection just yet, but I'm sure that's coming. Other frequencies for kidneys and all these different things. So when I first, I guess, looked at this, I was like, I wonder what's going to come up for me. Like when I first did with my first scan, I think it was like hormones and intestines. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. So it's so accurate. And so once you click on the frequency that you want to do on the app, it then loads the frequency to the Healy. So I think I just clicked energy, right? So that in that frequency program, say there's about 100 to 200 different frequencies that help with energy in the body. So it sends it to the Healy, and from there it goes through the cords to the wrists, ears, or to the sticky pads. This program is about 50 minutes. Some of the programs are 20 minutes. Some of the programs are a bit longer. Some, you know, the chakra ones are 33 minutes or something. And then you have the ability to make it more intense or less intense. So it's kind of like the volume, turning the volume up or turning the volume down. And so what you'll also be able to see is that number, 926.8 Hz hertz. Now, every 10 seconds, once it starts, it will change. So 356 or 700.8, every 10 seconds, it's reading your body and going, what does Alan need right now? What does Alice need? What does Claire need? What do you need in this moment? And then it's, for the first 20, 30 minutes, figuring out what's most needing support in your body with those frequencies. And then the last 20, 30 minutes, it focuses mainly on the frequencies that you need and just focuses just on them. So if you did energy today and then did energy tomorrow, the same program, it's going to be a different combination. And that is because the Healy has what's called a quantum sensor. Now, just like your radio, with the radio, you get the static in between programs, you have the channels, and then you're twisting the radio or changing the programs and it goes to the next one. There's actually a crystal inside of your radio that picks up on frequencies. And the same thing that happens in the Healy. On the back here, Marcus, the inventor on one of the webinars last week, he had a Healy with actually a hole in there. You could actually, we couldn't really see, it was a bit blurry, but there's a crystal inside the Healy. And